Hey guys, CryptoDad here again. Thanks for joining me on my live stream. It is June 14th, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and I'm going to open it up for Q&As. So thanks for joining me. It's June 15th. Okay. Good evening, Crypto Daughter. All right. So thanks for joining me, guys. There's an article that I wanted to talk about, so I'm going to see if I can find it. Bitcoin manipulation. Okay. Bitcoin manipulation cartel. Ah, this is the one that I wanted to take a look at.
Oh, this is
Let's take a look at that. Hey Frank, how are you? Good to see you here. Thanks for joining me. Trying to get more in the camera here. Okay, cool. Yeah. So I'm going to open it up to Q&A if you got anything that you want to ask. But one of the main things I wanted to talk about was an article in the New York Times that kind of got echoed out from there, and I kind of wanted to talk about maybe reading articles with a critical eye. So first of all, let's look at the headline. The headline here says Bitcoin's price was artificially inflated, fueling skyrocketing value, researchers say. Okay. Now, the title of the headline can be a bit misleading because it starts out with a supposition that was, or a conclusion given on a scientific paper. And they state that as fact first, and then at the end they sort of tag on, well, a researcher said it. So it sounds like the truth because they blare it out at the beginning of the title of the article. But if you read the article with a critical eye, the first thing they could have said, they could have changed the title. The title could have been, one research paper says Bitcoin's price was artificially inflated, which would have completely changed the tenor. Or they could have said, one research paper offering no proof, real concrete proof, has concluded that Bitcoin's price was manipulated. All right. So, but let's look into it a little more. If we look down in it, they talk about the fact that there was a pattern that emerged with the trading of Bitcoin as compared to Tether. And that may or may not have been. Obviously, there was some pattern there. But we know that even if there's a correlation, it doesn't prove causation. So we could say that more frogs are born in July, and people eat ice cream more in July. That doesn't mean that the fact that there were more frogs born in July caused people to eat more ice cream, right? It may have been that there was a third factor that was influencing both data sets that was the real cause of both of them. All right. So to say that Tether was distributed within a few days of the price of Bitcoin dipping and then rising, there could have been a third factor that was causing that movement in the price of Bitcoin. One of those factors may be that traders tend to buy on dips. So when the price of Bitcoin went down, people came in and started buying. Another thing we have to look at is if people were using Bitfinex, you can't use cash on Bitfinex to buy Bitcoin. You have to have a cryptocurrency. So the only cryptocurrencies that you can use to buy Bitcoin are Ether, Tether, and maybe something else, I don't know. But you can't use Bitcoin to buy Bitcoin. So if you want to buy Bitcoin on Bitfinex, you have to use Tether. So of course more people are going to be using Tether to buy Bitcoin. All right. There's one other thing about the article that I'd like to point out. Let's see. This article, of course, has changed a little bit since it first came out. But there was one section that I noticed the other day that basically it said that there were no smoking gun emails between traders that would offer us concrete proof that there was any kind of manipulation. They noticed a pattern, but there's no concrete, like so-and-so sent somebody an email and said, hey, the price of Bitcoin's going down. I need you to, issue me some Tether so I can buy $500 million worth to keep the price floating. There are no, smoking guns in this case. There's simply a pattern, okay? And then you'll also notice that the Bitfinex executives, of course, denied it. And then if you look at, there was another story that I wrote, I'm sorry, there was another story that I read that said something of the nature of no one at Tether or Bitfinex has been accused of any wrongdoing. So it would be different if they were being charged with a crime or charged with fraud, but they aren't. Their records were subpoenaed by the Justice Department, but that doesn't mean they've been charged with a crime or even accused of any crime. So there's a lot of ifs in this story. But the interesting part of the story is that this one story that was reporting on the findings of one research paper was echoed throughout the mainstream media over and over and regurgitated up and again and over for about the last 2 days, and the price of Bitcoin was affected by it. Not permanently. But anyway, I just wanted to point out that instead of just reading a headline and reacting to it, it's better to read the entire article all the way down to the last few paragraphs, because a lot of stuff is buried in those last few paragraphs. Here's one where some other analyst people stated that it seems credible. Okay, well, seems credible is a far cry from gospel truth. Okay? Let's see. Is anybody here asking questions? Oh, thank you, Frank. I appreciate that. I would like to point out, if you look at the... let's see, where are we here? Yeah, if you look at my... the description for this video, there's a Ledger Wallet affiliate link. I just got an email from Ledger this morning, I believe. I opened it up. Yeah. Ledger just sent me an email that said I'm 3 sales away from being validated, for pushing their Ledger Nano S. So if you know anybody that likes, my channel or anything, just let them know that I would appreciate it if they're thinking of buying a Ledger. Now, I'm not saying go out and buy a Ledger. Just saying, if you're planning on buying one anyway, then use that affiliate link that I put on there. I went through and put affiliate links on all my old Ledger videos. I love the Ledger, and I love helping people with Ledger. Hey, Sebastian Rico. Hey, Rudy LePlane. Glad to see both of you here. Yeah, thanks for the comment, Rudy, about the FUD. It seems that, and another thing that bothers me, and well, we all know that Bitcoin is challenging the status quo. And the mainstream media and the big banks and, you know, the U.S. government are all part of the status quo. And I want to sound like a conspiracy theorist or anything, but we all know that Bitcoin is a new paradigm that is challenging the status quo. So it seems that whenever there's positive news, it might get reported on in maybe the crypto news websites, but you don't see much on MSNBC or CNBC or, you know, or even especially the New York Times. You hardly see any articles about Bitcoin by the New York Times. You do see them in Forbes. But, of course, when it's negative news, the New York Times splashes it all over their headlines, you know, and causes a panic. So, you know, if anybody's should be accused of manipulation, it's that, you know, the Bitcoin just has a bad rap when it comes to the mainstream media. And they get bashed a lot. I mean, a lot. And you know, I'm not invested in Bitcoin really. I have a little bit, so I'm not. This isn't about me gaining or losing money if the price of Bitcoin goes up and down. I tend to look at the price of Bitcoin as an indicator of its adoption and its usefulness, and you know that it's going mainstream. So of course, I like to see the price of Bitcoin going up. Hi Arthur, nice to see you. What is holding up the development and release of a general hardware wallet? Ledger, KeyKeep, Trezor only have a few coins. Okay, that's a fair question. So let's take a look at the Ledger, the currently supported cryptocurrencies on the Ledger Nano S. I'm not that familiar with the Trezor and the KeepKey. But they've got the top ones, you know, they got the Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash, Bitcoin Gold, Ethereum, Litecoin, and then a few of the altcoins. I believe it's about 23. But yes, compared to the amount of cryptocurrencies out there being in the thousands, it's woefully inadequate. There is no generalized wallet that'll hold every cryptocurrency. Even Exodus, if you're interested in a desktop wallet, but I think, Frank, you're talking about a real cold storage hardware wallet, right? Yeah, they're few and far between. So Exodus holds quite a few different cryptocurrencies, but not a lot compared to the amount that are out there. So I mean, if we look at cryptocurrency coin market cap, even the top 10, I mean, just look at the top 10, and the Ledger doesn't support them. Ledger does support Ripple. Let's see, I don't believe Ledger supports EOS yet, which that's understandable, because EOS has just become its own blockchain, but we'll talk about that in a minute. And then let's see what else. Litecoin is on there. The Ledger Nano S still does not support Cardano, still does not support IOTA or Tron, and these are top 10s. So I'm not sure what. I'm sure they're working on a lot of cryptocurrencies. The only problem with Ledger is they can't pre-release the cryptocurrencies that they're going to support, because that would cause the market to go up or down on those particular coins. So they, in order to run, you know, a clean business and a clean show, they have to be very tight-lipped about what they're working on. So we're never really going to know what they're supporting until it actually hits this list. But they do have. I mean, it's a great hardware storage solution, cold storage solution, very secure, and they do have, most of the major coins. So it's nothing to sneeze at. Let's just put it that way. But yes, it would be great if they supported, like an unlimited amount of cryptocurrency, if there was some sort of magic algorithm. Yeah, my thing, Rudy, with Bitcoin futures is that when they first when they talked about introducing futures, there was a run-up in the price of Bitcoin up to the point of them releasing the futures, just because that was an indication of widespread acceptance of Bitcoin. But before they were even released on the market, I said to myself, as soon as those futures get out there, they'll be able to manipulate the price of Bitcoin, probably down. Because as you probably know, the price of gold can be manipulated on paper, because there's so many gold certificates in circulation that big banks, the Federal Reserve, can buy and sell those gold contracts to manipulate the price of gold up and down. So I told myself, as soon as they get Bitcoin futures and they're able to issue paper, that they can use that paper to affect the price of Bitcoin. So it's definitely going to affect the price of Bitcoin. My worry is that large institutions that hold a lot of that paper will be able to manipulate the price of Bitcoin up and down. I'm not so worried about Tether. Tether's like an old story. Bitcoin futures and the power to manipulate the price of Bitcoin using paper is a worry. So yeah, I'm not too sure if that would happen to ETH or not. Probably would, because but any commodity that has futures attached to it means that they've accepted that as, kind of a real commodity. So yes, I'm worried a little bit, but it's a sign of acceptance, especially with big institutions, that they've got Bitcoin futures and they will have ETH futures pretty soon, and and so on and so on. That's a good thing. It's sweet and sour. Yeah, obviously created to confuse and degrade the system. Legalized propaganda. Yeah. Hey Brad, welcome. It's me, Boss Lady. Thanks for joining me again. Joining all of us. Brad Burns, what crypto should I buy? First of all, I will say that you might want to check out Crypto Bitcoin Chris, friend of mine who has his own cryptocurrency news and trading channel. Let's see here. Crypto Bitcoin Chris, great channel. Go out and check out some of his videos. But you've all asked me this question several times, and my pat answer is go to look at the top 10. Bitcoin, Ethereum, Ripple, all the way down to Tron. And it's hard to go wrong with a top tier coin, right? What I would not do is some guy comes and tells you that there's this great new coin out and you haven't even heard of it, but he says, but it's going to make a break, it's going to the moon or whatever. That's a bad idea, right? There's nothing wrong with buying a coin that's ranked 136 or whatever. But you want to check out, my advice is stick with the top 10 and look at the coins, decide if they have a use case, and find a coin that you feel comfortable with. It could be that you just think it's a cool coin, you like the company, you think their website is slick, or whatever it is that impresses you about the coin, but put a little into it, right? I'm not a trader. You know, I'm not a guy that looks at ups and downs and charts and buying and selling and that kind of stuff. I'm looking at the long term. So if you want my advice for coins, you should stay in the top 10. That's not to say that top 10 coins could go south, because looking at the top 10 from 4 years ago, a lot of those coins have gone bye-bye. So, but we're in a new era now, and I think the top 10 that we're looking at now have got a pretty good foundation, and they're ready to move. I'm going to talk about a couple of specific coins in a minute, but I just kind of wanted to say hi to everybody and maybe field some early questions. Yeah, shorting stocks and shorting coins, that's like pretty much the same idea, right? If you buy a coin and you're hoping it goes up, the only thing you can lose is your investment. If you borrow a coin hoping it'll go down, you could lose a lot more than your initial investment. That's the danger of shorting. So I'm not a short person. You'd have to be pretty experienced to short coins. People do it. I'm sure a lot of those future contracts are shorting Bitcoin. But you know, those are guys. That's a different mindset. Well, I think Crypto Advocate, we talked a little bit at the beginning about this article that claims that Bitcoin was manipulated. They state this as fact, but if you read the entire article, you'll see that it was only one research paper, and the research paper did not find any solid proof of a manipulation. They only found patterns in buying and selling related to Bitcoin and Tether, and even those findings, they say, did not only made up 50% of the rise, and it was a very small percentage of the total. So we're talking about a very specialized conclusion based on very narrow set of data, and then the headline just shouts it from the mountaintop like, "Oh my God, Bitcoin's being manipulated, and now it's poison." I don't believe that. But if you're looking for something besides Bitcoin, try Ethereum. Ethereum's number 2, and it's got, and then there's others like EOS. Litecoin's been around for a while. I'm hoping Bitcoin will go up. I want to say hi to everybody that joined. The Bassin Bruce, thank you. Thanks for joining. Crafty2, thanks for joining. Nasir Hamid, thank you. Nice to see everyone here. Armand, what do you think about Bitcoin? I'm hoping it'll go up. I'm not sure what the near term will be. Thought on stable coins. Okay, so let's talk about some coins. And the first thing I'd like to talk about is EOS. Let's see if we can find some news on EOS. Whoops. EOS is a good use case. It's a good thing for us to talk about because there's a lot of things behind EOS that will help you sort of make sense of the crypto world. EOS, when it first came out, it was what they call an ERC20 token. Now, an ERC20 token is a token that lives on the Ethereum blockchain. Bitcoin is a currency. It's designed to be a currency, first and foremost. And that's pretty much its main use case. It has become a store of value, but it's basically a currency. Ethereum is a little bit different. Ethereum is a blockchain, and it has its own currency or token called Ether, but it is also a giant virtual machine. You can write contracts on the Ethereum network using Solidarity. Solidarity is a programming language, and you can write smart contracts. you could write a contract, and then it gets put on the blockchain, and it's ensured with cryptography that it can't be altered. Okay, so it uses cryptography to verify itself. So there's no lawyers required. You know, if I write a smart contract on the Ethereum blockchain, nothing can change it because the blockchain can't be hacked, at least not with today's computers. So a lot of coins live on the Ethereum blockchain as smart contracts. You've heard of an ICO. This is where a company raises money by issuing coins, and people buy those coins or those tokens. It's kind of an investment in the company, but they all start as tokens on the Ethereum network. That's why Ethereum does so well, because all of the ICOs you have to have Ethereum to buy the token, whatever the ICO token may be. So Ethereum has a great use case when it comes to that. Now there are some other competitors that are coming out that are going to be doing the same thing. Now EOS started on the Ethereum blockchain, and it was an ERC20 token, but it has just recently become its own coin. So it has migrated off of the Ethereum network and established its own main net. So this is the migration process of an ICO. It starts as an ERC20 token. It gets sold on the Ethereum blockchain in a smart contract. You know, people put in Ether and they get out a certain amount of coins based on the market value. And then after the ICO, when everyone has participated, that ERC20 token goes on to a cryptocurrency exchange, and then you can buy and sell the ERC20 tokens. And that's what EOS was for quite some time until recently. So it has transitioned, and people that are holding EOS, they needed to put it back on the exchange in order to transition their coins. Now, if you have EOS in your Ledger Nano, don't worry. I'm sure there'll be a mechanism for claiming your real EOS coins. But it's kind of exciting that EOS has now become its own coin. Now, as CryptoDad, of course, what I'm waiting for is their wallet. Okay? So I checked today. I don't see anything on the EOS website about a wallet, a native desktop wallet that will hold your EOS. And of course, the Ledger Nano S does not support EOS yet either. So as soon as I see an EOS wallet on the EOS website, I'm going to download it, I'm going to test it, and then I'm going to do a video on how you install the wallet and move your EOS into it. So I'm looking forward to it. Adam Best, thanks for joining. Crypto Collie's Life, thanks for joining. Crafty2, Fitness Health, thanks for joining. Maximus K, hello again, thank you. EOS is live now, yeah. So the EOS works, has its own blockchain, it's up and running, but I don't see their wallet yet. So I have 8 EOS. Let's just put that out there. You know, I own some EOS, just enough to have a little bit and be interested in it. So when there's a wallet that's available and I can download it and install it on my computer and move my EOS off of Binance into my EOS wallet, you'll definitely see a video on how that works and how to do it. So Crypto Advocate is saying that someone on Twitter is offering $50 in Litecoin to anyone who shows proof that they paid Litecoin to a waiter or waitress as a tip after getting them to download the Loaf wallet. So that's kind of interesting. Of course, if someone on Twitter tells you they're going to send you cryptocurrency, of any form and they are asking you for your cryptocurrency, say no. But apparently this guy is just he wants you to offer proof that you've done it. I don't know how you would prove that. There's probably a way to do it. Maybe take a selfie of the waiter at the restaurant or whatever. But that's really an interesting idea. I have clients. I do computer work, freelance computer work, and I've often wondered what would happen if I asked my clients to pay me in cryptocurrency. What would they think? I'd probably say, well, go to Coinbase, buy some Bitcoin, and then transfer it to my wallet. And once I had a client set up on Coinbase, they could buy and transfer all day long. Of course, Coinbase is not the best place to transfer coin out of. They charge you. But it would be interesting. Loaf Wallet might be a good one. In fact, someone asked me about Loaf Wallet last week, and I don't think I've done a video on Loaf Wallet yet. Sounds like it's time to start, right? Video ideas. I'm just checking my Word document that has all my video ideas in there. Yeah, I better put Loaf Wallet. Now, is Loaf Wallet a... let's check it out. I think Loaf Wallet is a phone only. Yeah, I was thinking Loaf Wallet is like a phone only. I'll check it out. I mean, why not? I've got a screen share software on my computer so I can share my phone screen. And I could show people how to download it and use it. It looks pretty simple. I'm just curious as to how you would, if you've never used Loaf Wallet before. Oh, I see. So as a patron, you would tell the waiter or waitress to download the Loaf Wallet, and then you just happen to have your version of Loaf Wallet that has some Litecoin in it, and you would just transfer some Litecoin to them. Kind of cool. At Christmas, we went on vacation, and my niece and nephew, I gave them paper Ethereum wallets. So I went on etheraddress.org, I think, and I printed them out, Ether paper wallets, and I laminated them, and I gave them to them for Christmas. And then we sat down on the couch, and I transferred some ETH into their wallets for them. They probably stuck them in a drawer and forgot about them, but I gave them each like $50 worth of ETH. So that's cool. Yeah, that's another way you can get people hooked on the idea of cryptocurrency. Because I'm assuming this waiter's going to go, gee, how can I spend this Litecoin? And then figure out how to get it into dollars, and then, the idea of cryptocurrency will be planted in their mind. Dash is doing a giveaway for opening a new Edge wallet. That's cool. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I don't know, would it be on their website? I don't think I've done a video on Dash yet. And Dash is big. I mean, Dash is, where is Dash? 13. I mean, Dash is a big established cryptocurrency. I believe it's privacy based too. Private. Yeah. That's cool. Okay. I'm game for that. So let's say Dash and Edge wallet. Dash and Edge wallet. I'll check that out. I'd like to point out my my latest videos. Not this one. So I did some videos since the last stream. I did mining, buying, and storing Vertcoin. And I did Vertcoin, just the Vertcoin mining bit. A couple of you guys have asked me about how to do mining. And so if you're interested in just casual mining, you don't have to go out and build your mining rig. It's just I use the graphics card in my computer. If you've got any decent graphics card in your computer, you're a gamer and you got a graphics card, you might want to just check that video out. It shows you how to install mining software and make a little money with your computer when you're sleeping, right? Computer doesn't need sleep, so let it mine while you're sleeping. And then I did a Stellar Lumens video on how to download, how to buy Stellar and then store it on Ledger Nano, and then the 2 Stellar wallets that I did in the video. Stellar's kind of interesting because it's also much more than a cryptocurrency. It's got its own like built-in platform where you can trade between Stellar and other coins, and you can store other types of coins in a Stellar wallet, which is kind of cool. So if you're interested in Stellar, you might want to check that out. And then I did a video on Zencash. I think someone in the stream mentioned Zencash last week, so I did a video on Zencash, just for anyone that was here last week and hadn't checked out the video yet. I would be, that's a really good idea, because we like to go out and eat. And of course, I always have my phone with me. And, I've got some Litecoin. So if I downloaded Loaf Wallet, I could throw some Litecoin in there and maybe throw some at, a hostess or a food server that wants to get tipped. I'm sure most of them carry phones around too. Hi, Stacy. Nice to see you here. Anything but Coinbase. Yeah, Coinbase has its weaknesses. And, it's almost like the AOL of the internet, right? Back in, I'm dating myself, but, back when the internet first came out in the late 90s, early 2000s, the people on AOL were snubbed. Everyone turned their nose up at AOL because it was like, the consumer-oriented internet user, and they were all noobs and they had no etiquette and whatever. So, Coinbase is kind of the modern AOL of the cryptocurrency world. It's the entry point for most people that have never been exposed to cryptocurrencies at all. They hear the word Bitcoin and they want to buy some, and the easiest, fastest way, and the most expensive way, most likely, is to go buy some on Coinbase. So yeah, it's kind of a necessary evil in a way when you think about it. I have heard, I think we talked about it last week, that Bittrex here we go. Bittrex is going to be offering the ability to buy altcoins with US dollars, which is really a breakthrough. Bittrex is a great cryptocurrency exchange based in San Francisco, and they support a lot of coins. But as most of you know, if you're on a cryptocurrency exchange, you can't use dollars. You have to deposit some kind of cryptocurrency. And you can deposit almost any kind of cryptocurrency in an exchange. But if you want to buy another cryptocurrency, you're going to have to exchange say you put Dash in Bittrex. You'd have to exchange your Dash for Bitcoin, Ethereum, BNB, or Tether. So you have to have one of the big four if you want to buy anything else. So it's going to be revolutionary if Bittrex will allow people to just go in and buy Dash with dollars, or buy Verge with dollars, you know, or buy Cardano with dollars. It's going to be groundbreaking. So that's going to be really cool. I'm all for giveaways, but just be careful on Twitter. My assumption is that most of you are all pretty savvy people if you're into cryptocurrency and you know better. But just if it's too good to be true, it probably isn't. I'm not knocking this guy that's offering the money for giveaway. I think that's actually really cool. But you go on Twitter and people are just like trying to get you to give them your money or your crypto. And I think I talked to you guys last week. When I post videos, I got two of these windows open. When I post videos, right after I post my videos, I get this. Right, I get this. They're all, you know, providing links, and most of them are trying to tell people. What's up, kiddo?
Oh, I was just seeing.
Oh, okay. Most of them are trying to get you to buy Telegram tokens, of which there's no such thing. Telegram is a thing, but they don't. Their ICO was private, if it would, you can even call it an ICO. Just be careful what you click. There's nothing wrong with airdrops either. The only problem with airdrops is they're probably going to give you the coins, but you have to become a spammer to get them. You have to go on Telegram or Facebook or YouTube and promote their coin, and you know, it's kind of a shill job. You know, if you want to be a shill and you want to promote other people's coins, you can get airdrops, you know. But Rudy, thanks for joining. You were talking about Paxful. Paxful has been around a while, and I've actually used Paxful to buy Bitcoin, and it's sort of a way to buy. You can use a gift card to buy Bitcoin on Paxful. You can use PayPal to buy Bitcoin on Paxful. But the premium is a bit high, and it's a peer-to-peer thing. It's not a centralized thing. Like Coinbase is just one company. You know, you're buying Bitcoin from them with your dollars at supposedly the market rate, whatever their rate they choose to keep Bitcoin at. But when you're on Paxful and you want to buy Bitcoin with a gift card, there's lots of people there that are selling Bitcoin for gift cards, and you have to find the person that's offering the best deal, that has the best reputation. It's kind of a buyer beware kind of a place, but in general, you're kind of you're charged a premium. It might be a good place to sell your Bitcoin if you want. You know, like if you bought Bitcoin and then you've made quite a bit of profit on that Bitcoin. There's nothing wrong with taking profits by going and selling little bits of it for gift cards. You know. Yeah, Telegram tokens. I actually made a video, kind of funny, this one here. How to buy Telegram tokens not. It's a whole video on, you know, telling people there's no such thing as token and don't be fooled. Yeah. Get that. that. Well, it's nice to see that I've got spammers already. I like it. Local Bitcoins. Yes, I think I have a link in my description for local Bitcoins, an affiliate link. Although there were some high-profile cases, if I can find them here. Yes, there was someone on local Bitcoins that was selling Bitcoins for dollars, I'm assuming, and they got arrested for being an unlicensed, what did they call her? There's a word for it. Unlicensed financial transaction or whatever. You know, they're accusing her of fueling the black market, laundering drug money, and all this stuff, just because she's making a living selling Bitcoin to people through local Bitcoins. And I think it's pretty low down that they would start arresting people for stuff like this. You know, unregistered digital exchange, that's what they charged her with, you know. So just be careful out there. You know, I'm assuming that, you know, if you buy your Bitcoins on Coinbase, they're not going to charge Coinbase with being an unregistered financial services company. I guess what happened to her was she was just a normal person, but she knew, she was savvy enough to accumulate enough Bitcoin that she could start selling on local Bitcoin, and she was high profile, and they went after her for some, you know, financial violation. So I think that's pretty sad. Yeah, you know, the one nice thing, and I brought this up, I think, in one of my early videos about privacy and anonymity, is that if you wanted to buy Bitcoin anonymously, you could go out and buy a gift card. Now, you'd need to go buy, you probably want to send someone else, so you wouldn't be on camera. You wouldn't want to go to the Ralphs you shop at day in and day out. You want to go to a different neighborhood, buy a gift card with cash, and then use that gift card on Paxful. But to be totally anonymous, first of all, you need a totally anonymous Bitcoin wallet to receive your Bitcoin. Paxful has its own Bitcoin wallet, but you got to get it out of there somehow. So, and you would need to be anonymous on Paxful. So you would need to use an email address that you normally don't use that's associated with you personally. You probably want to go out and create your own email address. That's not, it's not easy. It's not easy to go out and create an email address, because Yahoo, Gmail, AOL, all the big email, the Microsoft email, they want your phone number in order to validate the email. So it's like practically impossible to create an anonymous email. But if you could do that, and you had an anonymous email that wasn't associated with you in any way or form, and you signed into Paxful through Tor, which is not easy either, because Paxful will boot you out if you're in Tor. So you got to do like a weird VPN, Tor, and proxy thing where you fool them into thinking you're a normal user in New Jersey somewhere. Then you could buy Bitcoin anonymously. And then how would you store it? You can go to blockchain.info, and they do have an onion address. So you could create a blockchain.info onion address, web-based Bitcoin wallet to hold your wallet. But buying Bitcoin anonymously is not easy. So if you want anonymous coins, you're better off with Monero or Digital Note, any of the privacy-based coins. You have a little better, there's less precautions because they're built for privacy. Tantura, I think I used to use Segaint. Segaint was an email that you could sign up for on the dark web, and you could create an email on the dark web that was not associated with you at all, but it kind of got knocked out. So I haven't tried this Tutanoa. There was another one too that was paid. Now, I would like to point out to you guys, Proton Mail. And Tutanona, which is open source end-to-end encrypted mail. Encrypted mail is not private mail. Okay, all it means is that if I write an email to my friend and I send it to my friend will get it. That doesn't mean that that email is not associated with me, because I'm on my computer and it's associated with my IP address. So they know it's me, they just don't know the content of the email. That's an encrypted email. Segaint was completely anonymous, because you could sign up for Segaint through Tor and get a free email that you could use to send and receive emails within their platform that was not associated with you at all. So no one even knew who you were sending the email. So that's an anonymous email. Now, I don't even know that Segaint was encrypted. It might have been. I just know that it was supposedly totally anonymous. So encrypted and anonymous are two different things. So I have Proton Mail, but it's associated with my name and everything. You know, it comes from me. It has my name on it, but I can just send a private message to someone that no one else can read in transit. So that's a little bit different than a totally anonymous email. Yeah, you'd have to do something like that, an IP masker. Yeah. Being anonymous on the internet is very, very challenging. If you want to be anonymous on the internet, that's first of all, you can't do it at home. You know, you got to go out and buy a brand new computer and, load Linux on there and, sign on somewhere that's not your home. I mean, there's this whole rigmarole for a computer that you access to be completely devoid of any personal connections to you. Plus, when you take that laptop to a coffee shop, you got to wear a disguise, I mean, it's like, it's super agent secret stuff, Like I said, back in the old days, what I would say late 90s, early 2000s, you could get anonymous emails all day long. You could sign up for Gmail, just like sign up for Gmail. They didn't make you give them your phone number or anything like that. You didn't have to give them your name. All you had to do was just, I want an email. And they go, okay, choose your email, and then boom, you got it. Commodore 64. Crypto break. That's cool. Hey, so I'm 55 years old. So anybody here can tell me their first computer. Tell me what your very first computer was. Mine was a 386 SX Packard Bell computer. And when I went to buy the computer, it had 1 megabyte of RAM. And the salesman said, you know what? I suggest You should upgrade it from 1 megabyte of RAM to 2 megabytes of RAM. It had a 45 megabyte hard drive. And I think the processor was like, it wasn't even a gigahertz. Of course, it was like a 16 megahertz processor. Anybody can anybody beat that? Okay, Commodore 64, that just blew me out of the water. The Tandy, that got me. Okay, the IBM 386, decent machine. You can play games on those.
It's that one.
Ah, yes. Are we going to show this picture?
You can use. That's my picture.
I'm going to tear it down.
Well, we can put it back.
We'll put it back up. This is the picture of Crypto Daughter.
When I was like 2 or something.
Let me get all these out of the way. Oh, darn. Let's put this
Oops.
Sorry, guys.
That's
Okay, that's Crypto Daughter.
as a kid.
She was not quite 2.
What?
And I was teaching her how to use the computer. So what I would do is I'd put her hand on the mouse and put my hand on top of her hand, and then I would move the mouse to the item that we wanted to click. And when I would stop, she would click. She knew that when I stopped moving, it was time to click. And that was a Samsung laptop with an external monitor. That was a decent Samsung. That was like an i5. Yeah. You don't even remember the days of the
No.
old junk computers.
I have seen people destroy Windows XP or something.
And my first... Thanks. You want to say hi, kiddo?
Hello.
Yeah, I can't see you. There you are. Uh-oh. something
What?
happened. Oh, there you are. Say hello.
Hello. Wait a
said
minute.
that
Wait a
slow.
minute. I saw someone that said hi.
Okay.
Kids, can I see that?
Yeah, they said, hi, crypto kids.
Hello, dog lips.
Okay. Crypto kid.
What kind
Yeah.
of name?
That's Crypto Daughter. My first operating system was GeoWorks. I didn't even think that it even exists.
GeoWorks.
Ah, yeah. There we go. Ooh, that's it. Let's see.
I think.
Yeah, GeoWorks. I didn't even have Windows on my first computer. It came with GeoWorks. And then I borrowed my uncle's set of floppy disks that had Windows 3.1. And back then you could just copy Windows floppies and then install Windows. They didn't even have like a, or maybe they did have a number or a serial number. I can't remember. But I do remember that I copied his floppies and then installed it on my computer. Atari, LOL. That's cool. Way ahead of its time. ColecoVision, yeah. Macs were cool too. I've had some. I acquired some Macs, some early Macs later in my computer career. Let's close these. No, it's the game.
I'm going to be in the chat.
Okay, Crypto Daughter is joining the chat. This is the paper. We talked about the Bitcoin is being manipulated meme that's flying around right now. You might want to check out the article if you want to really read what it is they're suggesting. Basically they found a pattern. Whoops, I don't know what that was. I did something weird.
I'll just stay here.
Okay, that seemed to work. Oh yeah, okay. Yes, that's where I got those old apples. I was doing some consulting work for a school, and I was working on their current Macs, and the teacher said, "Do you want these old Macs that they had on the side?" And so I got a bunch of Apple IIs, I think. Anyway, if you want to read that article, if you hear anything about Bitcoin or a coin, it's always good to go to the source. Find out for yourself and be smart about it. So let's talk a little bit about Tron. Tron. Tron is going to be transitioning this month. They're counting down. It's only 8 days. So it's another interesting coin. I've talked about them in my other live streams. I'm not telling you to run out and buy Tron because I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just kind of pointing out things, interesting trends and interesting coins. If you want to buy them, I won't stop you. Tron is what I think they got a lot going for them. They want to be an Ethereum. They want to have their own blockchain. Tron is currently an ERC20 token. We talked about that earlier. An ERC20 token lives on the Ethereum blockchain. So right now, Tron is still an ERC20 token. It's number 10, and it's pretty low right now. All the cryptos are pretty low right now.
Yeah. When I got my Litecoin.
Yeah. When Christabel. Yeah, go ahead.
It was like when I got my Litecoin, which was about last year, I think. It was about $200, and now it's less than half.
Yes. I gave, for Christabel's birthday, she got a paper wallet from Litecoin.org that's laminated, and then I transferred one Litecoin in there. So she's got one Litecoin. It's only worth 100 now. She's always calculating how many Robux she can get for her, if she sold her Litecoin.
Of course, when it gets to that value, when I want to sell it, I probably won't use it on Robux.
That's correct. Yeah. So yes, Dean, there are some ERC20 tokens that have their own transition or migration steps that you have to take, like if you got it in a ledger or whatever. But Tron kind of threw all of that out the window, and they said, no, there will be no wallet conversion like software or steps or, it had to be moved onto an exchange for it to be migrated or transitioned. And so you're right in there, Dean. Binance supports the change, and actually I think there's quite a few of them. Oh, that was Twitter. Let me see here. Pooey, I can't believe it. Oh, okay, here we go. Okay. Justin Sun. Here we go. I think he said that there were, it's been, I guess he tweets a lot. But he tweeted that there were like 30, here we go. There are like 30 exchanges that support the Tron migration. Or 25, pardon me. 25 exchanges supporting Tron migration, and Binance is one of them. Binance is one of the big ones. I don't see it on here, but it does. Yep, Binance is Chinese-owned cryptocurrency exchange. Now, Justin Sun seems like a pretty savvy business guy. He's got a lot of connections, and he's Chinese. The team is Chinese, and the scuttlebutt is that perhaps Alibaba, the big, the Amazon of China, will start accepting Tron as a payment method. So Tron potentially could have a very bright future, especially when they go all mainnet and they'll be able to run smart contracts. So that's one to look at. EOS, we talked about EOS. It has already gone live, but there's no wallet yet. So, like I said, when there's a wallet, I'm going to do a video. Same with Tron. As soon as they get a wallet, I'm going to do a video on... Oh, they got a wallet. Ah, so they do have some wallets here. Cool. Of course, I wouldn't think the wallet is going to do anything until their mainnet. Ah, okay, yeah, don't put your Tron in this wallet yet. Yeah, so when it becomes live at the end of this month, and then they'll say, okay, well, now you can use the wallet, then I'll do a video on how you download and install the wallet. This is cool. I didn't even know about it. Maybe I'll do a video on just these test wallets and see how things go. There's a Chrome wallet. That might be interesting. Yeah, you're good. If your balance is in Binance, your Tron is in Binance, you're okay. That's where I left my EOS too. So when the time comes that they have an EOS wallet, I'll transfer it out. Now another good up-and-coming cryptocurrency is Cardano. It's number 8 right now. Cardano, if you're interested in up-and-coming coins, it's a cryptocurrency that was started by the guys. I can't think of the guy's name, but he used to be one of the lead developers on Ethereum, and he split off and started his own company here. And Cardano is all run by scientists. They're very meticulous. They use the scientific method, and they are looking at ways to improve on all of the shortcomings of Bitcoin and Ethereum. So they want to be expandable, more robust. They're trying to get right all the things that are currently wrong with Bitcoin and Ethereum. So toting itself is kind of a third generation coin. It's been battered lately. It was $1 back in December. If you look at Cardano, it's only 16 cents right now, but back in January it was like $1.28. So it's and I think that it's a good company, and I think it has a future. I hope so. I think last week someone pointed out that a lot of talk, a lot of ambition, but nothing concrete yet. And yeah, that might be the case. I don't know. I occasionally see updates from them, but nothing concrete yet. Yes, Charles. There we go. Charles Hodkinson. Thank you. I'm glad you guys still have some memory cells left. Crypto Chris. Hey, Crypto Chris. Nice to see you again. I don't believe that My Ether Wallet supports ADA. I think the only place you can store your ADA is Daedalus Wallet. I may be wrong about that. Oh, that's weird. Yeah, that's where's it? MEW Cardano? Yeah, I don't think... Oh, here we go. The best wallet for Cardano. I don't think there's any wallet except Daedalus. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, he wants to know if Daedalus is the best wallet, and the guy says no, there's no others. So that's it. I have Daedalus. It appears to work okay. And you can tell they built Daedalus from the ground up, which is promising to me. So if you download Daedalus, you'll see its interface is completely different than any of the Bitcoin Core offshoots. So if you have used Bitcoin Core Wallet, and then you've used Litecoin Core Wallet, and the Vertcoin Core Wallet, they're all forked off the same code base, you know. But Cardano built their wallet from the ground up, Scratch wallet, and it's kind of rudimentary right now. But I'm assuming they're gonna put a lot of bells and whistles on it as time goes by. Let me close some of these windows off. So I have Steam. Where are we here? So those of you who are not familiar with Steemit, I agree. Thought I already agreed to all this. Steemit is a platform where you can share articles and upvote articles, and it's kind of its own ecosystem. You can have a certain amount of Steemit in your wallet, and you can use it to upvote other people. I think so you could buy more Steam. Yeah, it's called a Steam token. So if you're interested in this, Daedalus has a paper option. That's cool. Vessel, huh? Whoops. Let me put this in my... That might be interesting for a video. Vessel wallet. I think that's a real wallet, right? I don't think this is the same thing, right? There we go. I always get confused between Steemit and Steam, the gaming platform. I use Steam to play games.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not the same thing. Okay, well this is cool. I'll check this out. Let's put it down there. Did that go in there? A Steam desktop wallet. So let's see, we'd go over to their I guess you would use the EXE. This is the Mac. This is the EXE. And do they have any SHA sums? I don't see any SHA sums. So you just kind of have to go with the latest version of it. I'm just curious, can you see my oh yeah, you can see my desktop. I'm sorry. Of course the video feed might go crazy. Okay. All right, cool. So I like. This thing's going nuts over here. Am I too loud? Sorry. It seems like an okay wallet and everything. I like it when they have some kind of verification. I know a lot of people criticize me for going through all that, but Bitcoin.org. Like, verification is if you go to, say, a Bitcoin wallet, like Bitcoin Core. See, they have signatures, verify release signatures. You know, they have these SHA-SUMs and they have these cryptographic signatures. So I tend to trust wallets and software more if they have the cryptographic verification. It just kind of shows that they're serious developers. And they didn't have anything on this wallet. Oh, I probably want to disconnect from this. So I'm assuming if you've got a Steemit account and you want to, I don't know how you would, I've never tried to send money in or out of this wallet. Actually, I think, sorry if I can get this straight. Then I'm looking, there's let me see if I can find it. Uphold. I'm sorry, that's it. Uphold. So I guess I have a oh, is that my phone? See my phone? Sorry, my driver was texting me. All right, so I'm going to enter my Google Authenticator code here. I can get in here. Okay. Oh, Authy. So dumb. Sorry. These guys, they're killing me. Okay. I think I may be senile, though, because I believe this is for Brave payments. Oh well, I guess it's not going to work. It never works when other people are watching. I believe this is for Brave payments for BAT tokens. I've signed up for so many things over the last week. I signed up for DLive. Somebody mentioned it to me last week. And so I signed up through my Steam Connect. And I posted a couple of videos. I was trying to post one of my other videos a day or two ago, and I couldn't get it to upload. But yeah, I posted some of my videos on here. Not a lot of views or anything, but I really appreciate you guys pointing out this new platform, and I'm just going to keep going at it and try to build up a reputation on DLive as I do on YouTube. Facebook and Twitter. So thanks, guys, for pointing out this new platform for me. This one's really cool. You know, it's blockchain based, and it's peer-to-peer where there's no ads, so people can upvote you, and you generate some money. Hey guys, CryptoDad, and today I'm gonna. So I haven't made any money on this one, but c'est la vie. I don't know what happened with this. Oh my god. Okay. So I believe this is for BAT tokens. It's all rather confusing, if you ask me. So where were we? We were here, right? Okay. So I guess with this wallet you would connect directly to your Steam account, and then you could send and receive cryptocurrency. So looks pretty cool. I'll have to actually test it out and maybe send $10 or $20 in or back and forth. And once I get it, I'm satisfied that I know what the heck I'm doing. I can do a video on this. That's cool. It's me, Boss Lady. Oh, so if let's see here. Did I just close it? Yeah, of course I did. Of course I did. I'm following a couple of people. What is that? 2 E's? Are you using the same handle? Or you got a different handle in DLive too? Or are you just watching videos on DLive? That's cool. That's cool. Are any of you guys writing on Steemit? Because you can write articles and stuff on Steemit and Medium too. So I have whoops. Yeah, I've got a Steemit on my personal and my CryptoDad. I don't think I've written any articles yet. But I end up on Medium quite a bit when I'm searching on Google for a particular subject. So there are a lot of cryptocurrency articles on Medium too. So it's a great platform to just like express yourself, write a little bit, and you can make money on Medium too. You can hook yourself up with the partner program, I think they call it, Medium Partner Program, and connect your debit card or bank account, and if people like your content, you can make some profit on Medium. Vijendra Kumar, thank you for joining the live stream. Unfortunately, if you've lost your seed and you've uninstalled it, like if you've got your MetaMask installed in your browser, all you need is your password. But if you've somehow uninstalled it or lost the install, your password isn't going to help you. You need either the backup or the seed to restore from seed. So unfortunately, if you've lost your seed, there's really no way to get it back. I hate to be the bearer of bad news. Yeah, but you need that seed phrase if you've if you're putting in the right password and it's not taking it, then you must have the wrong password. But I'm assuming that if you know the password and you're trying to restore from seed, it's because you're on a different browser or a different computer, or you had a crash and you reinstalled. You're pretty much out of luck. That's why you're supposed to store that seed in a safe place. What I do whenever I set up a new wallet, and he keeps following me around. Whenever I set up a new wallet, I always save the backup information on an encrypted flash drive. I have an encrypted flash drive, and I keep a copy of it so that if I lose the first flash drive, I'll have the copy still. And I try to keep the copies synced up as much as possible. But whenever I open a new wallet, I will copy that seed into a text file, and then I save that text file on that encrypted flash drive. Now, other people are a little more paranoid, and they feel like if I copy that seed into the clipboard, and my machine is compromised, someone might steal the seed. That's kind of a long shot, but if you're that paranoid, then write that seed down on a piece of paper and keep it in a safe place. The problem with cryptocurrency is there's no password reset. It's decentralized. There's no central tech support place where they can go and give you access to your account if somehow you lose access. It's not like resetting your password on Facebook or Twitter. If you lose that seed and you lose access to the wallet, then there's no way to get access back. If you forget your password, you can restore from seed. But if you forget your password and you didn't save your seed on a regular, like an Electrum wallet or anything else, you're just out of luck. There's no central authority to contact to reset your password, unfortunately. What happened? I think I lost my chat window. What happened? The stream is still active. Oh, I see what I gotta do. Sorry, guys. I guess I closed my chat window and then I panicked. Okay, so where were we here? Gotta find that seed, yeah. Okay, yeah, I'm considering maybe doing some live streams on DLive if I can build up a little bit of an audience with my posted videos. So we'll see how that goes. I think the key with like DLive is to start following other people, and they'll follow you back, so that you'll have some followers when you open up a live stream. And at least you've got some followers that'd be willing to give you, 30 seconds to a minute. And if you're interested, maybe hang around for 5 minutes. You never know. But yeah, I think the key to a lot of these is you follow others, so they'll follow you, and then you can, join the community, so to speak. Yeah, as a matter of fact, when I was trying to set up the DLive and all of the payments and everything, and was going back and forth, they were asking me for that master key, and I thought I had saved the password in my password manager, but I guess what I had saved was like this shortened version of the password. So I went to my trusty encrypted flash drive, and lo and behold, there it was. So So whenever I like get stuck and I go over to this thing, right? And my encrypted flash drive, and bam, there it was. I found my Steemit account, and let me just quickly look at it here. Yeah, and there it was. I had that private key, that long private key was backed up. So have a method, whatever your method is. If it's a notebook, if you've got a little notebook and you're writing down all your passwords and accounts, that's great. If you've got a password manager like Password One, that's great too. But whatever it is, and like I said, my thing with the cryptocurrency is I have an encrypted flash drive where I save all my private keys and all my two-factor backups and all that other stuff, and just stuff I don't want to lose. If you don't want to lose it, make sure you put it in a place where you'll always find it. And yeah, this is vulnerable. The Russians could break down the door and force me to give them my encrypted flash drive, but I mean, we got to start somewhere, right? So it saved my butt more than once, that encrypted flash drive. Oh, thank you, Graylin. Thank you. Yeah, I did a video on how to create an encrypted flash drive using VeraCrypt. Doesn't get a lot of views, but I'm still proud of it. It took me a while. It's way down the list. I'll let you in on a little secret. The videos that I work the hardest on are the ones that I get the least number of views on. I did a video on how to do cold storage using Electrum Bitcoin desktop wallet using two computers, like an air-gapped computer with a watching-only wallet connected to the internet, and you'd sign the transaction. I mean, that video took me like a week to do, and hardly anybody ever watches it. But just getting it done, that was... And this one right here. How to encrypt a USB flash drive using VeraCrypt. I take you through step by step. I don't remember how long it is. It's probably 30 minutes. It's a 30-minute video. Yeah, you got to really be devoted if you want to sit through one of my 30-minute videos. Some of my videos are 40 minutes. But I like chatting with you guys. Where are we here? 7:34. Oh my gosh, we've been talking an hour and a half. Isn't that great? How the time flies. Any other questions? Yes, I did some videos on Linux, but I haven't done any Linux videos in a while because of I've moved computers and transitioned computers and hard drives, and I just kind of gave up on trying to maintain a Debian build, like a dual boot Debian build. It was just too time consuming and inconvenient for me So one of these days I'll get a nice laptop and I'll have Debian on there so that I can just turn and use Debian when I feel like it instead of having to reboot the whole machine. I guess part of the problem was that I just want to check my email and read the news and everything, and booting into Debian was kind of a pain because I had like the whole encrypted boot drive and everything, and just anyway, I have some. If you like Debian and you like Linux, I've got a lot of good Linux videos. I think on the playlist. Installing Debian Linux with full disk encryption. I think you could still use that video. There may be a newer version of Debian out since I did that. It's been less than a year. My handle on DLive, I think, is CryptoDad. The CryptoDad. Yeah, that's me, the CryptoDad. So, yeah, I'd like to get more into DLive and maybe start live streaming on there. Cryptos, unfortunately, because the price is down right now of Bitcoin, there's a lot less interest in crypto right now. But I'm looking forward to the next wave of crypto enthusiasts. When the price of Bitcoin increases or it dies and something else takes its place or whatever, there will be more interest in cryptocurrency, and my channel and my genre will get more eyes and ears. Thanks, guys. Thanks, Graylin. I appreciate it. Question: If you had your Mist wallet backed up and you have the key store files, but you don't remember the password, yes, I believe you still do. If you're trying to open, if you created a password in your Mist wallet, then it will ask you for the Mist password if you try to open the JSTOR file from My Ether wallet. So you'll need that password. Now, there are some very difficult there's a few fixes out there, but they're not trivial. I mean, Python recover, I believe. There's a way, and I'm just going to throw this out there for Rudy. It's possible. I'll just put it that way. It's possible. Very, very unlikely, but possible. You might be able to recover your password in your Mist wallet if you forgot it. But it's a long shot, baby. It's a long shot. Yeah. Try to always, whenever you back up your seed, you might want to also include a little text file for your password too. So you'll notice, like in my password manager, I've got password manager for all kinds of stuff, for all kinds of accounts. So find a good way to keep track of your passwords. This app, 1Password, works on a phone too. So and the two accounts are synced. So when I'm at someone else's house and I'm trying to log into an account, maybe I want to show them something, and I don't know the password to the account. I can use my phone to gain access, because I can just look up the account password and type it in. So always have a good method for saving your passwords. This is one of the modern dilemmas is password management. Don't just use the same password over and over again. Not best practice. Thank you, Graylin. Ah, yes. Well, I'll just point out, Graylin, that I had the machine that I'm using. I don't know. I've tried this before. It's not going to work. This is my beautiful machine. This particular case, the glass case, had less room. There wasn't as many room for as many hard drives as I had in the old machine. The old machine had like, I could put like 4 hard drives in there. And if you are running Linux and you're installing Linux, what you have to do is disconnect all of your other drives so it won't rewrite the boot partitions on any of your other drives. Install Linux on that drive, clean, and then you can reconnect all your drives and you can dual boot in the BIOS. Don't use like your Windows disk with like a weird boot partition to boot into Linux. Install Linux clean on a separate hard drive with all the other hard drives disconnected. Reconnect all the hard drives and choose the hard drive to boot from in the BIOS when you start up. That's a clean way to boot back and forth between Windows and Linux. I don't think you have to put a password in Mist. I think if I'm not mistaken, I could be. I'm not sure if it forces you to create a password or not. Some wallets don't. Like Litecoin Core wallet, you can just run the wallet without creating a password. And then there's in the menu that says encrypt wallet. Well, what that means is you're adding a password, So I'm not sure about Mist Wallet. I haven't been able to get it to run since I reinstalled it. It's quirky. That's why I moved away from it. Ever since I got my Ledger Nano S, I store my Ethereum on that. I don't use the Mist Wallet anymore. Ledger Wallet, if you forget your PIN, you can restore from your 24-word recovery phrase. If you lose your 24-word recovery phrase, you're out of luck. Yeah. 16. That's fun. Thanks, Graylin. GinaBot in the Minnow Power Discord. My daughter, Crypto Daughter, knows more about Discord than I do. Okay, guys, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. I usually try to keep it less than 2 hours, so in the interest of family cord. I don't want any family Discord, so they don't like it when I spend too much time in front of the computer at this time of night. But I have committed to doing the live stream every Friday. It's good to keep me focused. I hope it's good for you guys. I really enjoy seeing people show up and ask me questions and interested. I have friends and I can't really talk to them about crypto. They don't get it. So it's great to be able to just talk to people that really get crypto and want to know more. So I wish everybody the best of luck. If you got questions, throw them up, please. I like questions. I love answering questions. I'll try to get to your whatever video suggestions you gave me. I don't know who asked me about the last one we did. I did one. Zencash. Somebody asked me about Zencash last week. So I did a video for you. So I'm trying to do that. If you ask me about a new coin or a new wallet or whatever, I'm going to try to do a Loaf wallet video before next week. And maybe I'll try that Litecoin experiment with the waitress at Denny's and see what happens. All right, guys. Thanks again. And I hope to see you again next week. Be sure and leave me comments and subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so. Cool, Zencash. Let's see, how do I do this? Okay. I'm going to stop streaming. Guys, have a good night.